Have you ever lost a car key and then had to go spend a couple of $100 or more at a dealership because that was your only alternative? Our next guest has you covered. As we continue more of our discussions at the 25th KnowledgeFest here in Dallas, welcome the Retail Marketing Director for Car Keys Express, Kirk Stewart. Kirk, welcome into tomorrow. How are you, sir?
I'm doing great. How are you?
I'm doing fine. And the fact that we've discovered with you coming up to our broadcast area what you do, I said, we've got to get you on. This is awesome. Yeah. If we can save our audience money, that's one of our main goals for 24 years on the air. And this sounds like an opportunity to do that. So tell me a little bit first about the company, and then let's get into the actual products.
Yeah, so we're based out of Louisville, Kentucky, and we've been in business about 15 years. And we started out being an online retailer, basically buying used remotes, refurbishing them, and reselling them for less expensive than a brand new one at the dealership. In 2008, our owner started hiring electrical engineers, and we started an R&D program. And in 2014, we launched this universal car remote, won Product of the Year at Apex that year.
Oh, sweet.
It basically combines 216 OEM remotes into one SKU. So think of it as a universal TV remote except for cars.
Awesome. I didn't even know something like this existed, and I flip it around the back, and he's not kidding. Look at all the different, those listening on the radio, perhaps in your car while you're driving, keep your eyes on the road. Come to intotomorrow.com for all the videos here from KnowledgeFest in Dallas, and you'll see what we're talking about. But there's a whole bunch of manufacturers, so you're not kidding about how this universal car remote can be utilized. How difficult is it to set that up? Because I couldn't tell you how many remotes I've lost, or more importantly, damaged.
Right.
And it's like, well, I've got to go back to the 12-volt dealer just to get that replaced. But you can do it with this.
This product, any consumer can pair to their car in under 5 minutes.
Wow.
And so, just like a universal TV remote, you just have to tell it what kind of a remote it's going to pretend to be, whether it's a Toyota, a Honda, a Nissan. And then,
or even aftermarket alarm companies?
It doesn't do aftermarket alarms.
Okay.
It's just OEM.
Car manufacturers.
Exactly.
All right. But even in and of itself, that's going to cover a whole lot of folks.
Exactly.
Right? Yeah.
Exactly. You put the key in the ignition, you cycle it a few times depending on the exact model, and it pairs it to the car. So it's, $29.99 retail versus typically $100+ at a dealership.
Now, will it also do, if you've got a remote that will remote start your vehicle, it'll do that?
These two functions on the bottom will either do remote start, or if you have a minivan that's got the power side doors, it'll control those, whatever functions.
I'm seeing a trunk pop and arm disarm, obviously, a panic, it looks like perhaps.
Yeah, exactly.
For how much? $30?
Yeah, and it's unlike the OEM, you can actually go swimming with this one. It's waterproof, so it's nice for that.
Yet another advantage. So now when I was introducing you, I talked about this product, which is really awesome. The Simple Key, you call it, where you can replace your car key without having to go spend a few $100 at the dealer.
Exactly. So car manufacturers have continued to add more and more technology to keys. First, they put a transponder chip in there. Then they made them what we call remote head keys, where they put the key and the remote together, still bladed. And now they've done these proximity keys, where you don't even have to take the key out of your pocket. But these are $400 or $500 at the dealership.
Yeah, Chris, don't lose that one. It's going to cost you a fortune. Unless, of course, you deal with Car Keys Express.
Absolutely. And so the challenge with these has been that you have to have a special tool to program these to the car. So a user hasn't been able in the past to do this themselves. So what we did, in addition to inventing the key that looks just like the OEM, in this case just missing the Nissan logo on the top.
Okay, so this particular one is for a Nissan Infiniti, for example.
Exactly.
And it matches.
It looks exactly
without
the same.
the Nissan logo, you'd have to pay a fortune for.
Exactly, exactly. But what we did is, inside the box, it has a programmer. And the programming tool plugs into the OBD in the car.
Oh, okay. It's an onboard diagnostic thing that every car has since it was born, since when?
Mid-90s.
Mid-90s, okay. So if you've got a car that's newer than the mid-90s, this is going to work for you.
Absolutely.
And then what happens here?
So based on the exact model, if you got a Nissan Altima, you'll put it on position 2. If you have a Sentra, you'll put it on position 3. It tells you in the manual which position to put it on. You plug this into the OBD, you hit the button on the end, and about 30 seconds later, it'll beep at you telling you it's done. So it takes seconds and doesn't require a visit to the dealership.
So you're not kidding. It is that easy then.
It is that easy.
And this comes with the system.
Exactly.
And what does it cost?
So this is a $149 retail price point. and typically it's about $400 for a smart key at the dealership.
Yeah. So for $149, $150,
Right.
Easily half of what you would spend if savings-wise, if not more, even from the dealership.
Right,
And they're
exactly.
available now for all kinds of manufacturers, I'm hoping?
Yeah, so we have General Motors. We have the Ford Simple Key we make covers 29 million Fords. So that's a very common
Maybe
key.
Chris's Explorer, there's hope.
Probably. We also have another Nissan model, and then we have Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, and Ram that are coming out before the end of the year, as well as a Toyota key in January. So we release about 6 to 9 new keys a year. And so there's always something new coming out, but we focus on the most common models first, and then work our way to the lesser.
Love it. So, and more to come then, no doubt,
Absolutely.
because you're continuing to do that. Do you see the opportunity at some point in the future for either the remote, universal remote, or even the car to be able to do work with aftermarket products as well, or is that like too many Android phones? It's hard to do something with one.
It's possible. We've tried to put most of our engineering time on just making the keys, but we also are working on other concepts, potentially finding keys, embedding technology in there to help you find your keys, that kind of thing as well, because that's a common challenge.
I love it. Well, Kirk, we appreciate you spending a few minutes with us here at KnowledgeFest, and keep making the cool stuff, and we'll keep talking about it.
Great.
Awesome.
Thank you.
I'm Dave Graveline. We continue from Dallas, Texas, and KnowledgeFest. Of course, we invite you to visit their site, carkeysexpress.com, for more info on all the things Kirk was talking about. And if you're driving, again, have no fear. Come see the video. You'll see the products we were talking about. And at intotomorrow.com, we'll also link you to Kirk's site and all of our guests here from Dallas. I'm Dave Graveline. Did I mention that? This is Into Tomorrow here in a very loud convention center covering mobile electronics. Go figure. Right here on the Advanced Media Network. Thank you for turning that down.